and go live. Okay, hello everyone. What is up, guys? How you doing? So we are back for another daily forex analysis, or live forex analysis, which way you gonna call it. I just put it on a daily forex analysis. So welcome you all. Oops. Let me just go. Okay. So I hope you guys doing well. So hello, whoever is in here, you can say hello. Don't be shy. So we do have our live forex analysis for today, which typically goes for the 3 currency pairs, which I normally pre-select beforehand, and on top of that we are I'm answering the audience questions as well as any requests, guys. You're gonna have it. So we got fortune teller in here. Hello fortune teller. And yeah, so and I analyze your requests on top of that. So it's not just these 3 currency analysis. I generally end up doing about 10, 12, depending on the activity of the chart. So we've seen a pretty decent moves yesterday. So there are quite a few currencies they're flying up and down. So we've seen a nice moves creates volatility and creates opportunities on that. So we do have 1.5 hours, as I did indicate in here. So 1.5 hours on the each session. So we do this live stream from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So Gary, hello Gary, good morning. So we got Gary here. So with Gary and fortune teller, that's good. So yeah, if you guys, any of you are new, I think Gary must be new. I have not seen you before, but at least on the chat box. So yeah, so we do this live forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time, and each session lasts 1.5 hours, where you can interact with me on live, ask questions, or request any other currency analysis. I will be doing that. So on top of that, 3 currency analysis, and I will be mentioning any entries, exits, and the stop losses on that one. So if I see the potential opportunities, I will be mentioning that, as well as all the levels I do include that. So, and it's free. So it's all of them are free of charge. So yeah, I do all of this stuff for free. Only thing I do ask is to smash the like on this video, because it does shows me a good support. So I do appreciate that if you do that. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in. Okay, so Gary says yeah, Gary is new. That's good. Welcome aboard, Gary. Fortune teller, the last time we analyzed euro, still pumping it. Okay, that's good, fortune teller. The euro, yeah, euro had also a decent moves, as well as only pretty much the USD pairs. We've seen a nice moves due to what's going on in USA right now. It's not particularly a good situation, so it does affect the US dollar. So but it does create a good opportunities for the traders to trade, because there's a volatility going on, and that is good. We need the volatility to trade the markets. So yeah, guys, if you got any questions, you can shoot them in the chat box. I will be returning and answering them in a bit. So I do analyze the currencies, and I'm going to come back to the chat box. Or if you want me to have a look at any other currency and any other currencies, you just put them in the chat box. So not a problem at all. Okay, let's jump into and start analyzing first of all the Usdcad. See what we have. So Usdcad, I'm going to go that one. Yeah, that's the problem with the free versions. You got a lot of ads, but I guess that's fair, because you got to use these. It's pretty decent charts, the other trading view, but you have to. They have to kind of fulfill these ones by ads, and we kind of pay the commission in a way. Okay, so the way I do my analysis, whoever is new here, I do a higher time frame and drill down to the shorter time frames, and put it into a context. As of the day trades concerns, I do generally from a daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, and then a 1 hourly time frame, and then look at if there is a potential for the opportunity to trade. Then I identify the targets, then entry, and the stop losses and entry. So entry is pretty much the last one, depending. But we do have I do have a good risk reward. So every time on my trade I put say the potential trade, it does have a decent or good risk reward at least, because that's what makes money. So we need a risk reward, and that's why I was making money over there a long run. So I know this one called the Daily Forex Analysis, but I do mention sometimes the swing potentials as well as the semi-swing opportunities as well. So it's not only just the day trade. So I do mention if I see, let's say, a swing trading opportunity, I'm going to mention it in here as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the Usdcad. So this is a daily time frame. We're starting with a daily time frame, see what we have. So we've seen pretty decent moves on Monday and yesterday. Yesterday was okay, but it looks like the price is pushing further down, and well, this, I think it did test. Okay, so the price of in this support level, and it did manage to break it. Quite. Let's see, 135.20. Where is that? 135.20. Okay, looks like it's trying to break that support level. There's a good chance it will most likely going to continue to fall, just judging by the current situation and of what's going on. So I think it has a potential to break that that support level and continue further down. So it could be a good potential to hold the positions at this point. So let's analyze. We want to look for the good potentials. So first of all, we need to identify the entry, and based on this one, the only thing is the yesterday was the candle was okay, nothing like the on Monday candle. So it looks very good bearish candle on Monday. So I do think we're gonna have a follow through, but before the price does that, we can see the price tested yesterday that support level, but it closed above that support level, and now it's trying again to break that level. Obviously, we would not know that if the price breaks that level or not up until pretty much tomorrow, because we want to see the the daily candle to close. But the way it's looking, I do think that the price will manage to continue towards downside. So let's go to 4 hour time frame, see what we have in here. So on the 4 hour time frame, it does looking decent toward downside. I do think it will have a bit of a retracement, or at least I do want to see a bit more a retracement. But ideally, we're gonna pick the one of the highs. So let's see. So I see this 1 hourly up here. So 35.25, and we've got this. So we've got multiple highs on the 1 hourly time frame. Okay, let's see how we're gonna go about it. So 135.25. Okay, I'll do like this one more, 35.35. Let's identify first the target, not for our daily time frame. Let's identify the target first, and then we can measure the stop loss in order to make sure that we have a good risk reward on that one. So let's see. So we're gonna target. I think we can target these daily lows down here. We have also multiple highs. Okay, so these highs are pretty decent. 34.30 roughly. Yeah, it's again 34.30. So we need to see. I want to make sure that it is on a decent place. So we have this one, but okay, 34.35. That looks like a very decent support level. Next support level, 34.35. Okay, that looks like a decent support. So 34.35. Let's go back to 1 hour time frame. So that will be our potential for the potential target, 34.35, and I do want to see the price retracing up to this 135.35. So 35 pips we are looking. Could be a bit much to ask for this, but I do want to see that push upside, because we have a multiple sort of a 1 hourly high. So we got this one, so we got this lows, these highs, as well as this high. So there's a lot of highs, and these the one up here at 35, it looks like there's more price action on that level. So we do have these lows, these highs, as well as this spike touch that's the same level. So I do think there's going to be a decent level to get into the. Oh, looks like I draw past my face. Looks like it's a decent place to get into the trade. And as of the stop losses goes, let's have a look at the stop loss. So if we go to 35, what we're gonna need at the very minimum 20. Yeah, we're gonna be needing at the very minimum 25 pips stop loss. So up to 60, so 35, 60. Yeah, let's call it 60. So we need about 25 at the very minimum. Let me see on a 4-hour time frame. Yeah, that will be good. So we're gonna need a 25 pip stop loss on this one at the very minimum. If you want to give it that extra 10-15 pips, you can do that, but again, it will your risk reward is going to be lower in that case. But because we are targeting the 34.35, that gives us 100 pip gain. So this is a semi-swing, not really a day trade in here. And I would want to hold it towards the sell side. So I do see the potential that it will have fall through towards the downside, and maybe even go further than 34.35 as well. But as of the our first target will be at 34.35, so that gives 100 pips. And if we take the 25 pip stop loss, that gives us 1 to 4 risk rewards. You can have a higher stop loss, so let's say 35 pip stop loss. That still gives us just above the 1 to 3 risk rewards, but it's a matter of your choice if you want to compromise the risk rewards or not. I personally do not like to do that. But that would be your personal choice. So okay, I'm gonna go back to charts and write the levels, so don't worry if you missed that. Let's see, so 35.35 with 25 pip stop loss. So let's see. Here's the Usdcad will be type will be sell and trade. So entry is at 135.35. One is stop loss. SNL 25 at the very minimum. You can give it extra 10 pips. Let's put it 35 pips. So again, that will be your choice. So personally, I think 25 pips is decent enough. And then if the price starts to keep going up, then it might mean they will go further high, which means that we're gonna get stopped out. But then it might represent another opportunity for the entry. So stop loss and target would be at 134.35. So 100 pip gain on that one. Let's see if it's gonna work out or not. We're gonna see it, I think, soon enough. Price might continue to fall, obviously. Okay, so back to the charts. So the last time, okay, how did that? More protests, weaker dollar. Yeah, correct, fortune teller, correct. Yeah, you're right. After paying, when I look at the Usdcad, I was in sell and trade stop too far. Okay, yeah, I mean that happens. It's not much filled gap already. It never quite did it. It's almost. I would say almost did it, but it did not quite. It still has to come down that 34.35 zone, and then after it comes down to that level, that would mean that the price will fill up that gap. So that's why I said it has a decent resistance down at this level, and yeah, it's going to also fill up the gap, but it's not quite filled yet. It needs just a bit more, 80 for now. It's about 80 or 85 pips. So 34, 35. When it comes down that level, they will fill the gap. Yeah, but don't worry about. I know, you know, a lot of people, they use, I personally don't use trailing stop losses, trailing stop losses for that reason. I used to use it before, but yeah, I find that it does kill a good trade. So over the long run, it does. So that's, again, the personal choice. If you want to use trailing stop loss, you can do that. Expecting a candle as big as a Monday one. Yeah, we're gonna see that. Hopefully we'll have a little retracement, and then it will push down. Oh, that said, that we do have a news out. I think a couple of news. I'm not sure if it's any significant. I can't remember if it was any significant. So on Wednesday we do have some news. Okay. Yeah, we do have a news today. So the few things to keep in mind. So we have the final. So this is on the British pounds. Yeah, we do have a G7 meeting. So this is all day. We don't know when they're gonna release that. But we do have also the ADP non-farm payroll employment change. Generally does not cause too much volatility. It creates some volatility sometimes, but generally not as bad, because most of the people they're waiting for the on a Friday. So we have a non-farm payrolls day on Friday, so this week. So that's gonna be the biggest news most likely out this week. But generally this one does not create too much volatility. It can create some, but not as much. That said, we do have on the Canadian side at 3 p.m. UK time, we have the Bank of Canada rate statement as well as overnight rates. So that can cause some volatility as well. So depending how it's going to go. We're not planning, I think there's, yeah, I don't think it's going to create too much of a big of volatility, but then you never know if they're gonna leave the same as of the overnight rates. Then you should be fine unless something unexpected happens. And we have ISM non-manufacturing PMI, but I don't think it's gonna be a big mover. So the main one's probably gonna be this on the Canadian side at 3 p.m. and yeah, G7 meetings. So that could, depending how it's gonna come out, that could cause the problem, but cause the volatility. So we're gonna find out. So that's these two things to worry, kind of aware of, and we do have some minor ones around it, such as like ADP non-farm payroll employment change. So there's a few things to keep in mind. Okay. So Sarang, hello, good morning or good afternoon. So we got Sarang here, that's good. I'm learning to stop using this. Yeah, so you need to come back to the roots. Why are you using it? Are you afraid of that the market is going to turn around and you're going to lose that? What? So if you're sitting, let's say 200 pips on your profits, most of the time when the traders, they're using the trailing stop loss, especially if it goes too aggressively, they just don't want to give that profits back to the market. So that's the main reason. So you need to identify your core roots, and then you can work with the problem after that. So yeah, so that's the main one. Generally, yeah, because the traders don't want to give that profits back. It's painful. So I do understand that there's a lot of traders struggle with that, and yeah. Oh, we got Thomas in here. Hello, Thomas. So we got quite a few people. That's good. So Thomas, fortune teller, Sarang, and we got the Gary as well. So new guy. That's good. Okay. So no request on the currency. Okay, I'm gonna jump into the USD Japanese yen. So let's jump into the USD Japanese yen, and I'm gonna come back to the chart box again. So you just keep writing, guys. I'm gonna come back to the chart box, so we have plenty of time left. So let's go USD JPY, and I do have my lovely assistant Emily. She's working behind the scenes. So if something, she will notify me. Okay, so USD Japanese yen, we've seen a very nice move yesterday. So finally the price has broken this this wedge pattern which been sitting on so long time. It's been like more than a week. It's been, look at this price, it's just up and down. It's just tiny candles, and then finally yesterday we had this crazy move towards upside. Okay, so the question is where the price might go. So we hit that support, no, resistance level. So the price has come up to this resistance level. That was my original. Wasn't my original one actually, because I had the trades 2 or 3 weeks ago on USD Japanese yen towards the long side on a swing, which I got into here, but then I end up closing it because I did. The way I look at it, that I was expecting for the price to already come down, which it did, and yeah, but then the price came back up. So I don't think this one still has a potential. So for the potentially, I do look for the price to come up to this 109. For the 109.20 zone, we do have a decent resistance level, and we got this high as well as. Whereas we got the there's quite a lot of price action going on at this excuse me, at this level. So I don't think the price will push that far. But first of all, I do want to see a retracement on this. That's the only thing. So far we got this this candle. So this is only a daily this is a daily candle, so it's not closed, so nothing is decided yet, but so far it's looking like as a doji. So let's go to the shorter time frames and see what we have. I will be looking to go long on that, but first of all, okay, on the 4-hour time frames, I do not like how these 4-hour candles are formed, like these last three candles. We put the sort of indecision candles and followed by a down bar, and we have on this 4-hour time frame the price pushed it up, but of course this 4-hour candle is not closed yet, so we're gonna see if the price will continue down or it's gonna start pushing up. I do think that he has a chance to retrace. I'm hoping that he's gonna have a retracement. It's just the question of where he's gonna retrace, and now I'm thinking, should I? Okay, the price came down. So on the 4-hour time frame, the price came down and took out this spike low down here. That's why it has a reaction towards upside. So if most likely the price has taken out low orders, so that's the obvious level to put the most likely stop losses in here. So the price came down and took out that orders. Then it has the upside reaction, and now it's sort of decided. So you do not have that much of a reaction. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame, see what we have on the 1-hour time frame. Okay. Yeah, I do think we're gonna see a bit more downside on this one. Let's go to. I definitely want to see. I want to use a daily time frame to get onto this trade. So the price already tested the area, maybe down here. Okay, 108.10, roughly about 108.10. So that gives about 57 pips. Okay, that's too far away. I do see a swing potential on this one. However, it's not gonna work out yet because I do want to see on a daily time frame for the candle, for the potential to come down at 108.10 zone. That's a very strong support level. We got loads of price action going on that 108.10 zone. Just purely this one is not even enough. We've got so much price action going on, and I do think it's going to act as a very strong support level, but I don't think it's going to happen today. Ideally it's going to happen tomorrow. So I do want to see a push, something like, if I draw it something like this, so I do want to see that happening in tomorrow's candle. So this is not going to work out yet. I'm going to be mentioning that one tomorrow if if the price does what I want it to do. However, as of the day trades, let's see if we got any potential for the day trades at the moment. Okay, nothing in a 4-hour time frame and 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I do think it's gonna have some downside on this one, but we can't really take the day trade at the moment because I do want to see a bit more momentum towards the downside, and that one is creating some problems. So the price had this move up down here, and then we had this, what it looks like now it could be a retracement, small retracement, but overall the big trend is towards upside. So that's why I want to see a bit more confirmation towards the downside. So this is on a waiting list. Maybe if the price shows more strength, maybe something like this one, then I will be looking to get onto the short side and run it down to 108.10. That strong support level will be a good target. However, for now, I do want to see a bit more on the USD Japanese yen. Maybe in the next couple of hours, the price will pick the momentum towards a downside. If not, then the price might continue without even retracement towards upside. So let's end on that. Let's see. Let's see if we can jump in 109.20. That will be next. Yeah, I was thinking if we can jump in on the momentum, but we can't really do that because on a risk-reward perspective, it doesn't looking pretty good. So we need we need to get onto the retracement. Yeah. So I'm gonna be mentioning this one if it's gonna work out on tomorrow's live forex analysis, if that swing is gonna set it up. So it depends how this candle is gonna close as well. If it's gonna close something like this one, then it's gonna be unfavorable to trade, but we're gonna see tomorrow how it's gonna work out. And as of the day trades are looking, I do want to see a bit more downside before I decide to take the trade, or if it's upside, upside is bits. On the upside, I do also want to see the strength, and if I see the strength, then I might get into the upside. But so for now, or as of the day trade, I do want to wait and see what the price is gonna do. So this is on a sit and wait currency at the moment. Okay, so let's jump back to the back to the chat box. I will read on that one. Okay, so Thomas is asking USD Swiss franc and Aussie NZD. Thank you. Okay, Thomas, I'm gonna have a look at them. Some just came out. Good luck, George. Thank for all you do. Thank you, Fortune Teller. Yes, see you soon, I hope. Sarah, George, can you make free analysis on Trading View? Make free analysis. Sarah, what do you mean by free analysis? I don't get the question. Free analysis. Pretty much this analysis is free. So unless probably means something else. So if you can elaborate a bit more on that one. Got that, George. I'll work on it. Okay, that's good. Good for Tuntala. And also the Gary's had to do my son's breakfast. Hope I did not miss NZD/USD. No, you have not missed that. NZD/USD I will be analyzing shortly on that. Okay, so the first one was Thomas asking US dollar Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc. Let's see what we got. USD CHF. Okay, let's see what we have on USD Swiss franc. I think USD Swiss franc. Let's go to not weekly, daily time frame. Okay, USD Swiss franc. Yeah, USD Swiss franc. I would say this is on. For now, it's not really tradable. But before I say that, I haven't said it, but I'm gonna look at the shorter time frames first. As only daily time frames are looking, it does not really looking particularly good to trade. We've seen the price has taken out this lows, so this price, the price came down and took out this this area in here, which generally when the price does that, it has a more stronger reaction towards upside, in this case upside, and we haven't seen that, so I would be cleaning towards more towards sell side. But let's go to the short time frame and see what we have. It's gone to the sort of a choppy range on the shorter time frames, and on daily time frames we are putting the indecision candles. So that's a bit of a sort of a worry side. Okay, no, we've seen these candles in here. This is a 4-hour time frame, so we've seen that strong bullish upside. Then price came all the way down to cut this this low down here. We can see this low is lower than this low. When then it had this aggressive reaction towards upside, and then now it's kind of drifting down again. So that's quite it's quite a puzzling. Oops, not 2-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame. Okay, as of the day trades goes, is a definite no, because just by looking at this candle, it's just looking pretty bad. As of there's a good potential the price will have a follow through, potentially down to even these lows down here. But for now, we can't really say that because the price has to do certain moves before I even decide to trade this this pair. It doesn't look particularly favorable to trade. It has to do quite a few things before. Let's go to daily time frame. Yeah, this is on a waiting. It's more observation. I can't really see that any potential to trade this pair. It doesn't look particularly good. So yeah, until the price shows me where this might be heading, because it can really go either direction. We put this indecision candles in here, and also on a shorter time frame, it's not really acting particular that it wants to show where the price might be heading. So maybe we'll have a bit more upside before it continues towards downside, but we're gonna see what the price gonna decide to do. For now, it's not very clear where the price what the price wants to do. So this is untradeable at the moment. And the other one was Aussie against New Zealand dollar. And I'm gonna come back to the AUD and ZD. Let's see what we got AUD and ZD. Okay, Aussie and ZD. So Aussie and ZD, it's looking different than. Okay, so the price came up yesterday. The price came up. It took out this high. Double check. Yeah, it took out that high, and then now we also closed as a sort of an inverted hammer, and price is continuing to fall at the moment. But let's see what the price might be. Let's see where the price might be heading. So on a daily time frame, it does looking decent. However, let me just go ahead and look at the weekly time frame to see what we have on. Okay. This is also a weekly high. So it's not only daily high, it is a weekly high as well. So that's on a higher time frame. So the price tested. So we can see a couple of weeks where price tested this area. We had a retracement, and then price came all the way back up and took out that high. And now it's having a reaction. Okay, so this is definitely not on the swing side. Let's go to the shorter time frames. It could be a good trade towards as of the day trades, but let me see where we can potentially take the target. So we have this level down here, that's support level. So that's maybe the price, where there might be price heading. So let me see where is that level. 107.95. So it's another 10 pips down. Let's go to 1 hourly time frame, see what we have. 95. Okay, I do like. Okay, I do see the potential for this one to trade. However, the price has to do a certain moves before I do that. The price has to come down first down here. Then we can take this. So I do first of all I do want to see the 4-hourly candle to close. So that will be the first thing, and hopefully the price will push another 10 pips down. I do want to see the price either testing or taking. No, taking out will be too far. So I do want to see the price testing this level, and I do want to see a strong bearish close on the 4-hourly time frame. So similar to the last 4-hourly candle, so like this 4-hourly candle looking pretty decent. So I do want to see a similar close without much of a tails. Like this one, tail is fine because it has a long body, but I do not want to see too much of a tail in here. So first of all, I do want to see this 4-hourly candle to close then. So that will be at roughly about 107.95. It could differ a couple of pips. That's fine, but it has to come down that another 10 pips. So it's not that far away. After the 4-hour candle is closed, then we're gonna look for the retracement. So that will be down at this level. Price can go a bit further down, that's not an issue, another 5 maybe 10 pips, but it has to close a strong bearish candle. After that, if the price have a retracement, so let's say it's closed at 95, if we get onto a weight of 5, 20, okay, we can go over the 15 pips. 15 pips stop loss of 5. Let's go to the target. So we're gonna use the 4-hourly time frame for the target. That's far away. 08. No, it's not far away. 08, 05. This one is not good. Okay, that one won't be good. Let me see on the daily time frame if we have anything. Right, we can use this one. Okay, we can use old daily time frame. It's better opportunity, better targets at 0750. So we can use 0750 as our target. So it's a decent price action going on that level. So we do have this spike here as well as this low and this high. So it's a decent support level. So 0750, if we go on to at 0805, it gives us 55 pips gain with a 15 pip stop loss. So just about 1 to 3 risk reward. It's pretty good. But first of all, we have to wait. I do want to see the 4-hourly candle to close as a nice bearish candle. So that would be the so far our trigger. So if the market fills that requirement, then we can proceed to the next step, which is a retracement up to. So this is a retracement going to be on a 1-hourly time frame. So that will be back up to the same level where the price is at the moment. So 0805. And we're gonna position our stop losses about 0820. If you want to give it extra 5 pips, you can. It's still gonna work out good on a risk reward. It just I do like to have a 1 to 3 risk reward, but the 1 to 2 risk reward is pretty good. So if you want to give it extra 5 or 8 pips, then it will be still 5, just in case, because sometimes price might come back up and take up the spike high and maybe even go a bit further up. So because price, if there's a lot of orders up to this level, price might gravitate towards that order. So it's market's job to fulfill orders, and if the stop losses are orders, and if it's enough volume up to that level, then price will gravitate towards that orders. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm going to write the levels down on Aussie NZD if that's going to fulfill that. Yeah, oops. Aussie NZD, so type would be sell on this. entry one, no, not one, yeah, 108.05, so 108.05. Just yeah, one thing I want to mention: don't take literally the exact same level. It does not have to be. It can differ one couple of pips. It's not an end of the world if it's going to differ a couple of pips. But keep in mind your risk rewards. So that's very important. And yeah, don't forget that you have to wait for that 4-hour candle to close, and until that is done, then we don't take any trades yet on this pair. It's already sitting on this level, so we want to wait for the price to. Oh, the one thing I haven't mentioned is, yeah, no, I did mention it. So price has to come down at least at this level and close bearish. If the price doesn't do that, so if let's say if the price comes down, tests these levels and goes all the way back up and closes something like let's say something like this one, sort of a hammer candle, then yeah, we don't. So that one will disqualify this trade. So if the price does that, then we're not going to take this trade. So we want to see a full body close down at this level. It could be a bit further down, there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah, it has to fulfill that requirement. So please don't forget that, because that's very important. So the entry, the stop loss was it 15 pips? Yeah, 15. You can give it a 20 pips as well, 20 pips. Just don't forget about the risk reward, because that's what makes money at the end. And the target is 107.50. So we're targeting that daily support level as our target. So we're looking about 55 pips, sort of a mini semi-swing day trade in a way. So in this, oh, excuse me. Okay, let's jump into the Nzdusd, and then I'm going to come back and read the charts, so not to worry. Okay, this one is there, looking there. It's probably going to be opposite on the. Oh no, this is on Nzdusd, not the. So might have a correlation. No. Okay, so Nzdusd, again, we've seen a nice moves on because it's obviously also a US pair. So we had seen nice moves. So the price went up one way pretty much, very little retracements, and now we tested that support level. So this is a decent support level in here. Looks like it has not taken out that highs yet. So now it's really interesting where the price might be heading. We might need to look at the weekly time frame in here. Okay, the weekly. Yeah, this will be interesting if this candle is going to close like this. So this is a weekly time frame. The candle is going to close something like what we're seeing at the moment. This is going to be end of the week, obviously. There will be a potential for the swing trades next week on this one. If this candle is going to close like we're seeing at the moment. Okay, so it does looking good. Also, also this is a weekly resistance level. It's not only just. Yeah, this is pretty close. Okay, this is a very decent weekly resistance level, so I would be expecting some sort of reaction on that one. But so far the price is sitting. Let's go to a shorter time frame, see what we have. Okay, on a 4-hourly time frame, we already put the indecision candle on the last 4-hourly candle, so we've seen that sort of inverted hammer, sort of a doji candle, and this 4-hourly candle is looking indecisive. Obviously, this is not closed yet, but it does looking indecisive. Okay, and on a 1-hourly time frame, it's putting this sort of a choppy, down to the choppy mode on a 1-hourly time frame. So that is a quite interesting one. I do think this is also on a waiting list for now. yeah, as of the day trades goes, this is gonna be on the waiting list. I want to see what the price gonna do, because it's gone to the choppy mode and it doesn't really shows where they might be heading. There's one thing we can do. We can, let me see. If you don't mind taking a small loss, then one thing we can do, because but the chances of that working out, it could be quite slim. First of all, because it's in sort of a choppy range on the shorter time frame, and the second one is obviously because we're sitting in a strong resistance level, so that can be a problem. But because what was going on the US side, the price might just mess around a bit before it breaks higher, but that's obviously we do not know yet until that happens. So what we can do, if we can take the trade after the price comes down to this level, and we just place the stop losses down at this level. So because we're going to have such a tight stop loss, so we're only going to have what? So if we get into 64.06, okay, 10 pips will be too tight. Probably 15 pips. You can give it a 15 pips on that one. So we can go with a 15 pip stop loss on this, so down at this level, and if the price breaks higher, then we can run it pretty. What is the target? We can run it up to, yeah, to this level, 64.60. Okay, the floor doesn't actually not that good. I thought it was going to be better than that. 64.60. So if we take it at 0.6, so we're looking for a 50 pip gain with 55 pip gain with a 15 pip stop loss on that. But again, I do want to say that it's not a particularly great setup, but it can work out. It can work out, but it's not particularly good. So it's up on your own judgment to whether you want to decide to take this trade, because I do see quite a lot of obstacles in the way. First of all, is that we are sitting on a daily and weekly resistance. That's a main one, the weekly resistance. So that's why the price is having this this reaction. And on the 4-hour time frame, we're putting already an indecision candle. So that might mean the early sign of that the price is price might go full down. But there is a chance, because the US is not particularly strong at the moment. There could be an exception. The price might just easily break higher. So we're gonna see that. Yeah, if you wanna take this trade or not, as of the data I mentioned, it's 64 or 6 or 05 with a 15 pip stop loss. But again, it's not very good trade, so I'm not gonna write it down, but it's just my my view on that one. Actually, I do have a limit order on this one, so if it comes down to this level, I would take this trade and see if it's gonna work out. You can reduce the position size, because this is not a high. There is no high chance that this trade is going to work out. So it's up to you, or don't take it. It's as simple as that. So I do admit that this is not particularly good. Okay, so that's back to the chat box. Okay, so Gary had to do, okay, so yeah, Gary has not missed. So I just analyzed Nzdusd. Sang says IDs with clear chart view. Huh? Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, someone was asking what was the question? Let me just go. George, that was can you? Okay, so can you make the free trading analysis? Okay, so you were saying these with clear chart view. That's the quite bad. Okay. Okay, so Sarang is asking, can I make the free analysis on trading view with the clear chart view? Okay, I don't quite. Yes, I don't quite get the question. Because this is a clear chart view. This is I don't even have any indicators on this one, so I don't quite get the question. If you can elaborate a bit more, so I don't apologize on that one. I don't I don't understand what you mean by that. So if you can elaborate a bit more, because obviously this analysis this is a clear chart view, so I don't use any indicators or anything like that. The only exception will be the trend line as of trend lines. So Thomas is saying, thank you, George. You're welcome, Thomas. Not a problem. And Gary said, thanks for the George. I will be back. Seamus is still so indecisive. Yeah, it is a bit more indecisive, but I think we're gonna see some breakouts on that one soon. But it's on a waiting game. So you're welcome, Gary. Not a problem at all. So I did analyze quite a few currencies. So yeah, we do have about 14 minutes, so still plenty of time. Yeah, I did mention the news on already, so there's quite a few things to keep in mind for today, because we do have some news of which might affect the currencies we might be trading. So depending on which currency you're trading, and which one dimensions and. All right. The trading, we have a feature to share your ideas. Right. Okay. I think I know what you mean, because you can share your. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I do know what you mean now. Okay. I got what I mean. Actually, I'm not quite sure how to do that. I need to. Yeah, it's sort of like a copy trading in a way, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen it on. Some people do that on the trading view. Let me just go ahead with it. Yeah, something like similar to this one, where people draw things and share it. I think that's what you mean, right? Because they can share this sort of analysis. I think that's what you mean, if I got it correctly. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that. Okay, this one. Okay. Yeah, actually, I do not know how to do that. I can have a look at it and do, because I'm working on a Discord channel at the moment. So I think which one's going to be better to do it in there or in the trading view. I think probably going to be Discord will be easier for me to do that. Oh, that's one. Okay, so I got it right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it, because I do look into the Discord. Yeah, as you can see, I'm already looking how to set up and all that. So I will be just sharing on most likely on the Discord channel. So I'm gonna be putting on that one rather than because for me then I will be on a multiple sort of platforms in between. So I might just be making mistakes, which I do not want to do that. So I will see which one's gonna be best option to do, and if this one will be the best option, then I will be sharing on this on a trading view. Other than that, if not, then I will be doing it on my Discord channel, which is going to be coming soon, because I'm working on it and I'm creating the channel and still getting known to the platform. So it will be coming soon, maybe even next week. So we're going to see that. So then it will be better for everyone, because we can also interact as well as share something like the chart analysis and all that. So that will be coming soon. Okay. Okay, so address which one? Okay, so we do have still about 35 minutes, guys. So if you got any questions or any other currency analysis, any other currency you want me to have a look at it, just shoot them in the chat box. Let me see. I think I wanted to have a look at. Oh yeah, Usdcad. Usdcad and which levels? Just Usdcad and LD and ZD. Okay, so they don't have correlations, so that's fine. Okay, they want more. CHF in Japanese yen. I want to have a look at this one. Yeah, when we start on a swing trade on this, yeah, just got about 10, 6 pips away. So when we start on that, I'm gonna come back. So Tommy, hello Tommy. So Aussie USD. So Tommy's asking to analyze Aussie USD. I haven't analyzed. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. Okay. I want to see. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the Aussie against USD, and Gary's asking where do you see Canadian dollar Swiss franc headed. Okay, let's have a look at the Aussie USD and then Canada Swiss franc. I have not analyzed that one, did I know? Okay, let's do Aussie USD and then jump into the Canada Swiss franc. Aussie USD. Okay, well, this one pushed. Yeah, a lot of most of the USD pairs are pretty much having the movements because of what's going on in the US. We probably all know what's going on in the US, so it doesn't look in particularly good situation in the USD. So that means a weak dollar. Okay, so the price came up and also tested these highs. We got this weekly trend line in play, which is still. Let's go to monthly just a sec. Okay, so it's also monthly trend line. Okay, quite a decent resistance level. Let's go. Okay, as of the swings goes, it's on a waiting. Let's have a look at the day trades, potential day trades. Looking good in 4-hour time frame. Okay, I do like how it does looking at a 4-hour time frame. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. Okay, I'm anticipating where the price might be heading. Does looking good. I can't see where the price might be. Let's see what we have. Okay, we do have this. This is too far away. So is it January? January is quite far. Okay, looks like it's sitting on a support level, but that is too far as of the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to daily. Oh, right, okay, so the daily time frame we do have. Okay, so we do have that support. So that's where the price is sitting. Okay, not sitting because it's on a daily time frame, but on a 4-hour time frame, that's where the price came down. Okay, yeah, definitely on the buy side on the Aussie USD. Definitely on the buy side. We have this tailing here. However, this is a daily time frame, and obviously this is not closed yet. So the price can push higher, and this candle can become as a strong bullish candle. But obviously, we do not know that. There is I do see a good opportunity good potential for this one to trade upside. The only thing is I cannot do that until the price does either double bottom. Ideally, that will be the price does the double bottom in this on the 1-hourly time frame. It's just a question if it's going to do it or not. So it's going to take a couple of hours if the price will do that. So for instance, something like this one, then that would be a good trade to take. Because if the price is starting to come further down, let's say down to this level 68.94, that would be too far, so it might create a problem. So ideally on this one, the price will do a double bottom on a 1 hourly time frame. So if the price does that, that will be a good sign to take the trade, and also we can have a tight stop loss, and most likely we can even hold this trade to potentially towards upside. But this is still on developing side. I certainly like how it is looking on a 4 hourly time frame, and hopefully it will start mess around a bit more. So that means that there's a higher chance that the price will form that double bottom. Because if the price goes further down, then I will need to have a look at it and reanalyze again. Because this daily time frame is, or this daily candle is not closed yet and is forming this sort of tail, it's a bit under the question. However, if the price just continues towards upside and it closes a strong bullish candle, something like, for instance, this one on today's session, then we're going to have an opportunity for tomorrow. So if the price have a retracement, then we can use either sort of this level to get onto the trade towards upside. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities on that one. But for now, I do want to wait and see if it's going to represent the opportunity towards on a smaller time frame. But so far, the way I see it's a low at the moment. So this is more from the, again, a bit more waiting on that, see what the price is gonna do. So yeah, on a waiting list for now. So I probably mentioned any levels. Okay, let's jump into the Canada Swiss franc. So let's see Canada Swiss franc. Okay, let's go to daily time frame first. Okay, so price finally, so the price did a breakout, and yes, broke out this level, and this level as well is broken. The highs will also fill a gap up, so it does looking strong. Also, it does respect this trend line pretty well. Over the course of several weeks now, it's been respecting this trend line quite well. Okay, I do want to see a weekly time frame in here. Yeah, it does looking. Yeah, I would say direction-wise, definitely would be looking towards upside unless something changes. Because on a weekly time frame, this weekly candle looking for now, it looking pretty good. It can obviously change because we still have a good few days before this weekly candle is closed. But for now, my view is definitely towards upside. Okay, let's go to short time frame, see if we can. This is a difficult part in here where we want to target, but most of the targets are quite far away. So we have this small high in here, but the price is already too close, and then we got this sort of small high in here at 71.95. So that we can use that one. See what we got on a 4 hourly time frame. Then drill down to the 1 hourly time frame. See what's up there. Okay, price is starting to mess around on a 4 hourly time frame. Okay, now it's looking good. So price is messing around on a 4 hourly time frame. On a 1 hourly, okay, 1 hourly looking sort of choppy range. Price already tested this low, so there's a chance that price will push down, potentially down to this level. Actually, this could be a potential for the upside. Let's see, 71.05. That would be a good. Yeah, this will be a good area to get on. Actually, let me see. So this is on 71.05. 70.92. Let me see on a higher time frame. 92 is down here. Let's see what we got on a daily time frame. Okay, there's nothing really on a daily time frame to use that as a, so we're gonna rely on the daily time frame. So in this case, if the price comes down at this level, down to this 1 hourly low, so not this one but this one, so which is the level is at 71, probably about 71.06, so that could be a potential for towards upside. Also, I don't want to see the price coming down something like this one. I don't want to see that. So ideally it will come down in about 2 candles. So ideally it will come down in the next candle. If the price does that, then I will be taking that trade down to this level. So 71.06. Let's see what's the stop loss we can use. 10 will be a bit too tight. 20 pips, 20 or 25, maybe 25. Let's see what is the target. So 71.06, where is the target? I did say this one. Okay, 06 to 96. So we're looking for a 90 pips. So this is a semi-swing as well. So 90 pip gain with a 25 pip stop loss. That's pretty decent. So that would be decent trade. So 6, we're gonna position. So if we go into 06 and we're gonna use 25 pip stop loss. Again, that should be good. So it's almost entire daily candle. So I do see potential on this one on the cut Swiss franc. So towards upside. But first of all, the price has to come down to this level, down to this 1 hourly low, and I don't want to see the price doing that on this hourly candle. So if the price does that again, I will be waiting, because that shows that the momentum is maybe picking up towards downside, and the price might have a longer retracement, maybe come down to this level, or maybe will push further down to here. So that will be on a waiting list. But for now, if it's going to take 2 or even 3 candles to come down to this level, then it's pretty good. So I'm going to write the levels down. So 71.06 with a 25 pip stop loss. CAD, Swiss franc, CAD, CHF. Type would be a buy. Type would be buy. The entry. No, stop loss. Stop loss first. Stop loss 25 pips. 25 pips and entry 71.06. So 71.06. Okay, so actually went entry there in the first one. Okay, and the target for which one this is 71.96, if I'm not mistaken. 71.96. Okay, so these are the potentials. Okay, now let's address the chat box. So cut Swiss franc headed. So okay. So Sarang says, George, bye then. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, Sarang. So see you tomorrow. So Gary. Guys, thanks for that. It should be going where I thought. Okay, that's good. As the USD on a sharp drop now. Okay, let's have a look at things at USD. Something is going on. Okay, it has a sharp drop. Okay, that's not cool. What we're gonna do? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. Which one is doing that? This So I opened another broker account on testing this broker account as well. So I have now potentially 2 accounts. So I'm testing this one as my new brokerage account on this one. So I'm testing that. Okay, so we have. Okay, so this one. So Nzdusd, we had a sharp. For now, it doesn't look too bad. So we would not. It looks alright for now. So that, as I said, the entry was 06. Okay, so if we would have taken the trade, we potentially already got stopped out. Right. Okay. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one did not work. The one I mentioned as of the entry was at 06, and I think my yeah, my order was triggered, and yeah, my order, but it's fine. It's only a small loss. Where is it? Nzdusd. Okay, so yeah, I took out my stop loss, so that's fine. Anyway, it's a small percentage, is a small size, so it doesn't really matter that much. So that's the key when you manage your risk on that one. So yeah, so obviously we're not gonna look at this one at the moment, because the one I said as of the getting odds to this 06, and I think stop loss was down at somewhere down here, but obviously the price went further down. So this is done, but I did mention that it's not a particularly great setup. So this one's gonna be, I'm gonna be keeping eye on that. So daily time frame, I do not like it, but could be a potential for a swing. Maybe tomorrow. I do want to see this. Depends how this candle is gonna close, this daily candle, but could be a potential for the swing as well. So because we're seeing the volatility, then the price is developing. So we need that volatility because it creates so many opportunities on the markets we can trade on. And generally, when you have that volatility, like we've seen, for instance, on when the coronavirus started to spiral, we had such a good volatility on the markets. Then you get these instant feedbacks as well, and the market moves a lot. So when you put the trade, you might take, I don't know, like probably less than an hour or two, depending, and you will know if it's worked or not, and then you can basically forget about it and move on to the next trade. And then once you get that trade right, then yeah, you join that trend, and then when we have a volatility, that it's good, because we're gonna make a lot of pips out of it. So we need that volatility, and so far it does looking. The volatility is pretty good. I'm happy with that on the USD pairs. So just look and wait for the opportunities. So we do have about just over 15 minutes. So if you got any more sort of questions or any other currencies you want to have a look at it, I already have a look at it, quite a lot of currencies. But if you got any more, then yeah, let me know in the chat box. See, yeah, just one thing I do ask, guys, please smash that like. It really means a lot to me, and it supports my channel greatly. So I do put out all this free content up here, but this is the one thing I do ask to hit the like. It means a lot, and from the YouTube perspective, it counts that likes, even though it's you might think that, and I used to think the same way as well, that okay, it doesn't really matter. So I do not even before I was sort of a content creator on YouTube, I do not really pay attention if it's like the likes or anything, whatever. It's like, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it does apparently matter once I became that content creator, that likes as well as the subscription and the comments, they do play a big role in terms of YouTube analytics and all of that. So yeah, thank you, George. Subscribe. Probably see you tomorrow. Thank you, Gary. Hope to see you tomorrow on the live Forex analysis. Okay, what else I need to have a look? So we did cover the news. Yeah, we covered news already. So the first one is GBP. Oh, let's have a look at the GBP. Let's see what we got. It's going to be GBP. Let's have a look at the GBP. Yes, similar situation. Yeah, looking like the pound. Yeah, pound is strengthening a bit, quite a bit. actually. Let's go to 4 time frames. Okay, similar situation on a waiting game. 49. Trade lots. Okay, I open this one. Maybe it will. Oops. Oh. Okay, this one is the pro version. Okay, that's fine. They require me to sign up for a full version if I want to put more alerts. So I'm going to put this on my MetaTrader later. Could be a potential, depending how it's going to come down on the British pounds, Japanese yen. But we're going to wait and see. Okay, so no more questions here. So we got 15 minutes, guys. So if I don't see any more questions or any requests, then I will be signing out. So give it a couple minutes. I see quite a few people in here still, but quite. So yeah, give it a couple of minutes. So if I don't see any activity on the chat box, then we will be signing out. So let's see. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm working on the Discord channel, so you can see that I already started working on it, starting to create it. So once that one is done, I will be sharing on my social medias, as well as on YouTube and Instagram and all that. So also follow me on my Instagram, which is I got it in here. So at Forex Gym, so you can type it and I should be popping up. I think my picture is on there, sort of a logo for exchange, so make sure to follow me as well. I do post some content there, generally daily. It could be some from the videos which might not be released yet. I'm posting like a sort of a short version of the videos, not all the time, but I do post like sort of a short videos, which is what's going to be released on the end of the week on YouTube. So yeah, make sure to follow on Instagram as well, and also I do post the other sort of images and trading related, anything with the trading related that can help to improve your either the Tradermind or overall trading, so to speak. So yeah, so let's get a couple of minutes, and if nothing, then we're gonna be leaving. Yeah, my screen freezes in here. I don't know why. So this it still shows the concurrent viewers and all that. It's the same level. It freezes all the time. I don't know why it does that. It says 4 and 3 likes, but it's not true. Anyway. Okay, I think I did mention everything what should be required for the mentioning. Okay, this one done. Close that. Okay, guys, so I will be signing out. So I don't see any activity for me, guys. So yeah, we're gonna be signing out. First of all, I do want to say big thank you to my lovely assistant Emily. So she's on the Forex Gym assistant. Her name is Emily. So if you want to change the name as well. So the new people who are in here who don't know her, yeah, she's working behind the scene and make sure that everything is organized. So you don't see her, but she's working behind the scenes and trying to keep everything organized and make sure that I don't miss your questions or any requests, and everything, all the currency analysis are in order. So big thank you to her. And yeah, guys, make sure to smash that like. It really means a lot to me. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe. I do upload every daily. I do this live forex analysis as well as weekly forex analysis, and on top of that, I do a lot of tips on how to improve your trading, and I'm also working on the other things as well. So it's going to be in the future, such as the Discord, and thinking too also to create the courses on YouTube as well. So it's going to be free, so no charge on that. So depends how long it's going to take me, but that's what I'm planning to do to help you with your trading and all that. So there's a lot of things going to be coming in the future. Okay, guys, thank you for your support, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time on my live Forex analysis. So make sure to be here, and yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.